Hello class, this is our last problem about the redox titration. And yan, medyo mahaba to, so bear with me guys. Sana makasunod ka sa ating discussion nito. Okay. Okay, shit. Okay, in this problem, as you can see here, a 5 ml of sample of brandy, suppose that you are the chemist. And your boss, supposedly, let's suppose that, ask you to determine the percent ethanol in their manufactured brandy. But you're only asked to perform only a redox titration analysis to determine the concentration of the alcohol. So this is the situation here. Okay, you have 5 ml sample of brandy and you diluted it. Ayan, you have a 5 ml sample of brandy, 5 ml sample of brandy, and you diluted it in a 1 liter of volumetric flask. Ayan. So, nagkaroon ng dilution. And then dito daw, ayan, the ethanol in a 25 ml aliquot, kumuha dito ng 25 ml. Ayan. Was distilled na yung 25 ml na ito, ayan, nilagay nyo daw siya, let's say, sa may Erlenmeyer flask na lang. Ito yung nilagay ninyo containing a what? 50 ml 0.02 molar potassium dichromate to oxidize in acetic acid with heating. So therefore, it is the reaction between potassium dichromate and ethanol. And ang reaction niya ay ito. Ayan, ito yung reaction niya guys. Ayan. So as dichromate, balance na rin yung reaction kaya there's no problem with it. Ayan. And then after that, this reaction flask here, this reaction flask number 1, ayan, ang mangyayari dito is, yan yung reaction flask natin. Nilagyan mo daw siya dito ng 20 ml ferrous ion. So this is ayan, naglagay ka ng excess. So it is an excess. So may magkakaroon ng excess dito. And again, this is also applied concept for the back titration. Ayan. Ayan, so may excess dyan. And then yung excess Fe2 positive or ferrous ion, ayan, dito, tinitrate mo daw natitrate mo using a 7.46 ml of potassium dichromate to reach diphenylamine sulfonic endpoint. So ayan, so another reaction na naman between iron 2 positive and potassium dichromate. Siyempre, redox titration yan, you have to write the pertinent reaction for this, ayan, na kung saan Fe3 positive. Samantalang doon naman dito, di ba, potassium and then dichromate. And so nagkaroon ng reaction. Another reaction occurs here. And ito ngayon nangyari sa atin. Ayan. So here, dichromate. Yan, hindi na nagmamatter kung ano redox or kung ano oxidation dito. Kasi ang given lang natin, ang natin dito is interest lang natin is the RD coefficients. Okay. So ayan, let's balance. Okay, 7H2O, 2 chromium 3 positive plus 14H dito. So 12, this one 6. So plus 6 electrons. So does anybody follow? Okay, di ba? Binalance lang natin. So dito, ayan, ang mangyari dito, so multiplied by 6 to cancel the electrons. So mangyari dito is, ayan, dagdagan na lang natin siya ng 6. 6 and 6 dito para makabilis na tayo. Ayan, so nag-cancel. The overall reaction between the reaction is the dichromate and then the iron. So dalawang reaction na naganap. We have the oxidation. Hindi, sige. Sulat ko na muna to. Ayan, the chromate Cr2O72 negative plus 14H positive plus 6Fe2 positive plus 2Cr3 positive plus 7H2O plus 6Fe3 positive. Ayan. So, ang point ko dito, guys, is two reactions are occurred. Reaction between the oxidation of ethanol and potassium dichromate, which is this, and then the redox titration or redox reaction between iron and potassium dichromate. Kasi nga, ayun, nagkaroon tayo ng further reaction here. So, yan yung scheme ng reaction natin. Now, we are going to determine the concentration of the ethanol through potassium dichromate. After determining the concentration of dichromate, magkakaroon tayo ng stoichiometric calculation. So, for stoichiometry tayo dito or redox titration, applied with redox titration. So, that's the scheme of our reaction here. Now, let's proceed to our computations. Ayan, teka lang. Let's proceed to our computations here at the below. Ayan. Ngayon, ang nangyari dito, so we will here, kung napansin nyo guys, kung muna natin, the total potassium dichromate in the solution. Dito. Total moles of potassium dichromate here. So, ilan yan? So, kunyan, kung that is here, meron tayong 50 ml plus 7.46 ml. Tama? Kasi nga nagkaroon tayo ng neutralization eh. So, therefore, mangyayari, we have 57.46 ml. So, convert ko lang siya immediately into liter. So, 0.05746 liter times its concentration na 0.002 moles per liter here. Ayan. Ayan o, 0.02 molar. So, our answer is, ang sagot ay 0.05746 times 0.02. We have 1.142 times 10 raised to negative 3 mole. And then, calculate naman natin yung na-consume ng iron 2 positive dun sa na-consume ng iron 2 positive sa dichromate natin. We will calculate the iron 2 positive as dichromate para magkaroon tayo ng less ng subtraction, which is yun nga yung excess na dapat natin calculate to get the actual volume or the moles of our potassium dichromate. So, ayan, total moles of potassium dichromate, total moles of potassium dichromate consumed by Fe2 positive. So we will have 20. I-convert ko lang into liter immediately, 0.02 liter. Sir, bakit po ganon? Kasi nga, ayan, 20 ml yung inad natin. So ayan, times ilan yung concentration ng ating iron. Ayan, concentration. Ba't walang concentration ng iron natin? Ayun. 1253. Ayan. Ayun, yung sa, ayun, 0.1253 moles per liter here. Then, Ansel, pero hindi pa pala tapos dyan. Meron pa pala tayong ratio. So, what's the ratio? Ayan we have pa natin. For every 1 mole of potassium, for every 6 mole of iron, di ba? This is a mole of iron, 2 positive. So, for every 6 mole of iron, 2 positive, we have 1 mole of dichromate ion based from the reaction natin. So, we will have a value of a 0.02 times 0.1253 times 1 over 6. Ayan. So we have 4.1766 times 10 raised to negative 4 mole K2 Cr2O7 or potassium dichromate. Yan yung na-consume ng ating iron. Ayan. So that's the excess. Yan yung excess potassium dichromate natin. Na kung saan, ililess natin siya dito in order to get the actual volume or the actual mole of the potassium dichromate to oxidize the ethanol. So, yung net equivalent niya, ayan, yung net mole niya or the actual mole is a 1.1492 times 10 raised to negative 3 moles minus 4.1766 times 10 raised to negative 4 mole. So, ilan yan? That would be 1.1492 times 10 raised to negative 3 minus 4.1766 times 10 raised to negative 4. Yun ay 7 7.3154 times 10 raised to negative 4 moles ng ating potassium dichromate. Ayan. So, saan natin gagamitin yung potassium dichromate? Ayan. We will use this to get the moles of our, ayan, dito, sa ating alcohol. So, ano ba yung reaction involved there? Dito. Ayan. So, pupunta na tayo sa ating second stoichiometric calculation where you are going to calculate the mole of alcohol from the moles of our potassium dichromate expressed as dichromate ion. So, ganito lang mangyayari dyan, guys. So, the mole of C2H5OH. So, ayan, 7.3154 times 10 raised to negative 4 mole of K2 or Cr2O7. So, the mole ratio immediately, so for every 2 moles of dichromate or potassium dichromate, guys, isa lang yon, there are 3 moles of ethanol. So, the answer is, ayan, times 3 over 2. Sagot natin ay 1.09731 times 10 raised to negative 3 moles nung ating moles of ethanol. Now, di ba, ang hinihingi sa ating problem, express in terms of weight per volume percent. Tama? Weight per volume. So, in order to get the mass of our alcohol, actually, pwede mo naman na siya i-recta calculation sa stoichiometry. Ayun, ito times mo na lang siya sa may kanyang molecular weight and you will get the value. Pero, sige, let's do that step by step. Mole C2H5OH. Ayan. To get the, what is the molecular weight of our ethanol? That is, teka lang natin ito. So, 11 times 2, that's 1.608 times 6 plus. That is 46.06 grams per mole, 6.06 grams per mole, and you will have times 1.09731 times 10 raised to negative 3. That would be a 0.0505 grams of ethanol. So, makukuha na natin yan. So, the percent ethanol, hindi pa tayo tapos pala dyan, guys. Hindi pa tayo tapos dyan. Hindi pa tayo tapos. So, itong ethanol natin na to, ayan, hindi pa yan yung actual value. Yung value ng methanol na ito, guys, is yung nasa flask. Ito, we have 0.0505 gram of methanol. Ethanol, sorry, tama ba? 0.0505. Ayan. Yan yung nandun sa may Erlenmeyer flask. Ang hinahanap natin, guys, is yung nandito. Ayan, no? Kasi nanggaling tayo sa may brandy. Dinilute nyo. Kumuha ka ng 25 ml. Dinilute mo ulit. So, etong 0.505 gram na ito is nandito lang sa Erlenmeyer flask. Paano natin makuha nandito? So, gagamit tayo ng dilution factor. So, what is dilution factor? So, saan ba nanggaling, di ba? From 1,000 ml, kumuha ka ng 25 ml. Tama? Sir, dito, hindi na po ba, di ba, sir, kumuha po tayo ng sa may brandy. Kunwari ito yung brandy natin. Kunwari Alfonso. Ayan. Hindi na para pala. Ayan, kunwari, ayan, alak. 5 ml, sir. Di ba magkakaroon ng dilution doon? Hindi. Kinuha mo naman kasi siya sa may mismong bote. Kung ano yung concentration ng 5 ml, siya rin na lang din yung concentration ng brandy. Kasi nga kumuha ka doon sa may sample. Ang concern ko lang, guys, is nagkaroon ka ng dilution to carry out the reaction. Kasi nga, sir, bakit po natin kailangan magkaroon? Bakit natin kailangan kumuha ng alikot, guys? Kasi nga, para hindi maaksaya sa chemicals. Imagine that you have to analyze the 1 liter of this solution. Mas maraming potassium dichromate ang gagamitin mo at iron ang magagamit mo to carry out the reaction. That's why every chemist are getting an alikot para ma-minimize yung chemicals na gagamitin nila sa may experiment. So that ma-utilize nila yung other reagents sa another experiment there. So I think you're getting my point naman. Kaya ayan. So here, ayan, let's back to the nagpasakali lang ako. No, so ayan, we're getting this dilution factor. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Here, ayan, so may dilution factor tayo here na 1,000 over 25. Kasi you get the aliquot of 25 ml from the 1,000 ml volumetric flask. So magkakaroon tayo ng multiply na ganyan na 1,000 over 25. Ang actual mass niya is 2.02 grams. Yung mass ng ethanol dun sa may 5 ml. Then let's now express it into volume here. Ayan. C2H5OH is equals to weight percent, di ba? 2.02 grams all over. Ilan yung ating sample? Nasa yung sample natin, kinuha tayo ng 5 ml. So 5 ml, ikaw natin dito. Ayan. 5 ml times 100 is equals to all over 2.02 times 5 times 100. And you get the answer na 40.4% weight per volume C2H5OH, diba? So, ayan. That's it. Yan. That's how you calculate for this. So, pan siya. Gin. Grabe, ang lakas. Malakas yan. So, what if you want to, ang gagawin nyo lang, guys, kung gusto nyong both ml or both grams, itong ethanol natin, you just get the density. Ayan, let's say you want here, gusto nyo ml din para percent talaga, hindi weight by volume. So, ayan, kung ano lang yung density, which is mass per volume, multiplied by natin yung get the volume by, ayan, so volume equals to mass all over density. Ayan, so ano ba yung mass? 2.02 grams. Ano ba yung density ng natin, ng ethanol natin? Density of ethanol. What's the density of ethanol? Teka. Density of ethanol, 0.78 grams daw. Density, 0.789 grams per ml. So, ayan. Pasakali na lang ito. Singit-singit na lang ito. So, ayan. 2.02 times the natin all over 0.789. Ayan. So, this is the volume of the ethanol based from the density. So, 2.56 ml. So, divided by the weight of the sample na 5 ml to get the density times, ayan. So, if you want to express it as a percent na lang, not weight by volume, percent, ito yung sagot niya. Ganun din. So, ang lakas. 51.2%. Lakas yung brandy. Ayan. So, ganyan yung sagot natin. Ayan. For in terms of percent. Kung gusto mong grams, dito sa brandy kasi hindi natin alam yung density ng brandy. Kaya ang ino natin is yung density ng ethanol. So, that will be it for this discussion. I hope you learned something. And I want you to take screenshot for this. This one's for the scheme of the reaction, of the analysis. Ayan, so take screenshot. And then here is the calculations. Ayan, take screenshot and take screenshot. So thank you for listening, guys, and see you in our next module. Hope you learned something, and goodbye.